coming on next. He's an immortal cannabis wizard with the deep love for all things phallic under the sun. Coming to the stage next, you know who it is. It's the co-host of the What's Good podcast, here to take us home with a little timeless knowledge. It's the Count himself, Mathieu St. Germain.
Morning, Rico. Morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Coming in with St. Jerry Garcia, one of my best friends, and a story about ChatGPT and cannabis. ChatGPT and cannabis, not bad at all. A few years ago, I wrote a somewhat tongue-in-cheek blog post titled, not myself, this is the author speaking, sorry. Just wanted to, Cannabots, are there robots coming for your weed? I just took a bong hit, you guys, I'm falling apart. Which discussed the application of robotics to the cultivation of marijuana. In that post, I cited several articles discussing the use of robots as farmers, restaurant workers, fashion models, and even lawyers. Watch out, Omar, they're coming for you. Just a few weeks ago, my colleague Hillary Bricken authored a post, Will AI Replace Your Cannabis Lawyer? You got to find her and talk to her, in which she discussed her conversation with ChatGPT about being a cannabis lawyer, the ethical rules, and to draft a cannabis contract. ChatGPT declined to do so because it's got no balls. This morning, I read Kevin Roos's column for the New York Times. A talk with Bing's chatbot left our columnist deeply unsettled and even frightened, and decided to check out Bing's competitor, ChatGPT, for myself. I asked ChatGPT some questions about marijuana, and I asked it to write a blog post. The results below are impressive, and I will summarize them for you. Question 1, I thought they had the best answer. What are the greatest political challenges to legalizing marijuana at the federal level? Political divide. Marijuana legalization is a divisive issue among politicians and voters, with some advocating for legalization while others oppose it. Republicans in particular have been more resistant, and with the current political divide, looks like nothing is going to happen. Federalism. The United States is a federal system, meaning that regardless of what happens in the states, until it's federally legal, there's going to be no progress. Public perception. Some people are still uptight. I'm paraphrasing again. Lack of research. This one's important because marijuana is classified as a Schedule 1. It makes it very difficult for hospitals and universities that receive public funding to do any research, and that's what stalls a lot of rescheduling talk. It's Schedule 1 because there's no therapeutic value, and you can't study it because it's Schedule 1 to determine if there's any therapeutic value. Ha-ha! Please describe 4 trends in civil marijuana litigation: product liability claims, intellectual property disputes, employment law disputes, and governmental regulation and compliance. It goes on at length. And then it talks about a bit about the oversupply and price decline, specifically in Oregon's market. What I'd like to say real quick about ChatGPT in general is I've been having some back and forth and using it as a tool to write some things, and it's got a very clear bias. And I've actually caught it in, for example, I asked it to discuss Timothy Leary, and all it wanted to talk about was tune in, turn on, drop out, and then he got in trouble for LSD. And when I asked it to talk about him being the first psychologist to apply game theory to social interactions, and how he designed all of the forms for the U.S. military and prison intake to determine your personality complexes and all these other things, the ChatGPT totally capitulated that I was right. And I found this about historical things, other things that are clear facts at this point. It's got a clear bias, including, the typical Google type liberal 2020 bias about a lot of things that have gone on, a lot of the information that it's offered. So I'd like to hear for you guys in the last couple minutes about this ChatGPT if you all have experience, especially Omar, man, because they're coming for your job.
Yeah, we